Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You all know what today's video is about, and what today is Legacies episode 3. Amazing. I'm gonna split this into like sections when I talk about it. The first section is before the football game, during the football game, and then after the football game. So let's get started. What we now know is a shunka eats werewolves. Crazy. In the beginning, Dennis is wandering in the woods. He gets eaten, but he gets spit out, which is kind of crazy to me. But he basically has not much of a memory of it. Well, he doesn't remember everything, but he does remember getting spit out. That's just the beginning. So, the football game. It was kind of crazy. I kind of knew, like, something in me kind of knew that Josie was gonna go crazy this episode, and I specifically said something's gonna happen. Like, she's really dark, like, this season. She's darker than she usually is, and usually I'm annoyed with Lizzie. Like, last season I was annoyed with Lizzie, but this season, no. I'm super annoyed at Josie. Lizzie is quickly becoming my favorite character on the show. Like, Sebastian, Lizzie, great. Anyways, during the football game, Josie is a fucking maniac. She's literally a maniac. She's so jealous of Josie. She's so jealous of Hope and Landon that she's like, I want you to knock her down. I want you to tackle her. Are you afraid of her? She's so jealous. And the moment that she called the milkshake moment. I called the milkshake moment. Milkshake moment where they like shake hands. I can't remember how she knew that he got her a milkshake, but I guess she knew. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Josie would kind of calm down after the first episode and they had their little chat at the end, but she didn't. The headmaster is definitely influencing her, and I didn't think it was that easy. Well, I knew it was easy to influence Josie because last season she was everywhere, like, and I know she's always trying to, like, she's dependent on people and she's just that kind of that type of person, but like this episode she was out of hand, like completely out of hand. And the last season's football game, she was so against like using your powers, and she didn't want to use her powers, but this game she was all about using her powers. And all the people last season that were like, yeah, let's use our power, she was all about using her powers, and the headmaster is influencing her like crazy. And I knew as soon as Ethan jumped into the game, he was gonna get hurt. I just knew he was gonna get hurt really bad. And now his football career is basically over. Like, he's gonna lose his scholarship. And I'm hoping that someone uses like their magic to basically like fix him. I was hoping that the whole time. Like, is anyone gonna use their magic to fix this mess that Josie has made? Nobody did, obviously. I kind of felt bad for Rick because he left the school thinking that they were gonna be safe and in good hands, but he found out the headmaster is a quack. The headmaster has ulterior motives. He's crazy. He's all about them being superior to humans, and I knew that was going to be an issue. It's going to be a big issue because Rick is human and his daughters are witches. They're supernatural and he's not. So I think he kind of feels like out of place. Not out of place, but like he doesn't have that kind of connection with his daughters because he doesn't have supernatural abilities, you know? And I was hoping that Caroline would be somewhere near on this episode because she chose this headmaster and he's crazy and she has supernatural abilities. Why isn't she involved in like her daughter's lives or the school? Like, it just doesn't, it's kind of annoying. And I'm so happy that Raph was like, it was like the center of this episode to get Raph back to his human form, because the shunka is hunting wolves and he's in the forest just chilling, you know, just walking around in his wolf form. And I'm glad that Hope made it a priority to get him out of there. And I didn't know that she knew. I thought she knew that he turned into a wolf and he was stuck, but I guess she didn't, so it wasn't a priority. My bad. I kept saying it's a priority. It wasn't a priority to her because she didn't know. Yeah, the whole moment that her and Landon went into the first of all, she got caught in Landon's room, getting Raph's stuff and trying to do a spell to find where he is, and she got caught. And at that moment, part of me thought that he would remember her, but he didn't, and it kind of sucked. But yeah, they worked together to find Raph. I was kind of confused. Okay, they were in the forest. She turned Raph back into his form, but she turned into a wolf, and the shunka was supposed to kill wolves, but she, in her wolf form, it didn't go after her. It went after Landon, and he's human. He's a phoenix, but he's not a wolf. So why did it go straight for him? I didn't understand that part. Like, why it went straight for him, and it didn't even kill him. It was dragging him somewhere. Kind of weird to me. Didn't make sense. So I'm hoping they elaborate on that in the next episode. But it was kind of wild. Thankfully, Raph saved the day. But I thought they were supposed to kill him from behind. Alaric said he was going to tell her to kill him from behind, but that didn't happen. They just stabbed him in the front and through the chin. But that took him down, and Raph and Landon, they're back, baby. They're back. And I knew that Raph was going to have an issue with, going back into his human form, because he's been an animal for so long that his humanity's not the same. He's probably, PTSDing. It's wild. But I'm so happy that he's back. And he's like, who was that girl? So I'm thinking, maybe he'll have a little crush on Hope. We'll see. And also, during the game, the headmaster gave Josie that freaking piece of paper with the spell on it that literally wrecked and ruined Ethan. Dude, what is he on about? What's his end game is what I'm trying to figure out. But I have a theory for you guys, so keep watching and I'll tell you my theory at the end, because it's freaking wild and you'll probably think I'm crazy, and I probably am crazy, but we'll see. Anyways, after the football game, this whole Sebastian and Lizzie thing, so Sebastian tells her he's a freaking vampire. Did not cross my mind that he was a vampire at all. I thought he would be something else, like one of those random monsters that came out of Malivore, but he tells her he's a freaking vampire, and she's all like, ooh, okay, cool, let's make out. And so MG sees them making out, and we realize that Sebastian is a ghost. So he's not only a vampire, he's a vampire ghost, but it still doesn't make sense why Lizzie is the only one who can see him, unless witches can see ghosts, or she just has an ability to see ghosts. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but he's basically a freaking ghost. So we'll see how that whole storyline plays out. But to me, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Does he not? I guess he doesn't know he's a ghost. And Lizzie's the only one who can see him. So that was kind of weird. But after the game, Rick and the headmaster have a thing, a little argument, but the headmaster knows how to push his buttons. He really does. And Rick, who should have been the bigger person, punched the headmaster in the face, which started an avalanche of fights. The Mystic Fall kids are fighting the Salvatore School kids. It's a freaking mess. But yeah, Ethan's fucked. Hope goes and waits at the hospital, outside the hospital, writing in her journal, because she's the narrator. So that moment between Josie and Landon at the end, and Josie, she feels guilty. She's like, I hurt someone, oh my gosh, and part of me wanted to do it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is inside of her? And I'm thinking about the whole twin thing, where last season we thought Lizzie was the evil one, and she was this dark person, but it's definitely Josie. And I think when they do have to choose like which one lives and the other one dies, I have a feeling that Lizzie's gonna be the one who lives, because Josie reminds me of Kai. Well, she's not him yet, but I kind of see some of Kai in her. She's really sweet, she's really nice, but she's fucking evil. She's fucking evil. Guys, I'm telling you, she's fucking evil, and I know she's gonna be just like Kai. Just wait. Something's gonna set her off, and she's gonna be like, fuck it, I have nothing to lose. And it's probably gonna be her losing Landon. This is my theory. It's probably gonna be her losing Landon. She's gonna be like, fuck it, I hate all of you guys, you're all going down, this is what I'm gonna do. She's gonna team up with the headmaster. Speaking of the headmaster, what the fuck is the headmaster? At the end of the episode, he like starts eating the shunka. So this is my theory on the headmaster. I think the headmaster is Malivore, or some form of Malivore, because he's eating, we know the shunka and the other monsters are coming out of Malivore. So he's eating the shunka, and he's eating the shunka like a freaking, like I know he's supposed to be like a witch or something, but he seemed like some kind of monster. So either he came out of Malivore and he just eats monsters, that's just the type of monster he is, he's like a witch monster, or he is Malivore and he's eating up all these creatures, and that shunka was supposed to bring him Landon so he can eat Landon too. But then again, if that's his thing, he's a monster that eats monsters, why isn't he eating the children? So I'm thinking he's some type of like, he's Malivore, but he's like Malivore in a different form, like a human form. But then that doesn't make sense, because okay, my theory is kind of unraveling, but the headmaster is freakish. Like, he's a witch / monster that eats monsters. We'll see if he has anything to do with Malivore in next week's episode or even the rest of the season, but I have an inkling that he has something to do with Malivore, or he just likes eating monsters, and that's how he stays alive. I don't know. He's building a witch army, or not even a witch army, he's building a supernatural army, and he just wants to eat all the monsters that aren't vampires, werewolves, or witches. I don't know, but we know he hates humans, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, that is the end of this episode. I believe I've covered everything. Checking my phone because it has everything on here. Yeah. Josie's aggressive. She's a fucking monster. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next week on Friday. And if you subscribe, which you probably should, the subscription button is down here. So please subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. You guys will see me Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are legacy days. So subscribe, like, let me know what you think in the comments, and have a good weekend. Bye.